What's up with it? Y'all already know what it is. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, I'm gonna cook today. We gonna cook today. Got a hell of a show, you know. Mayweather then pulled another heist. We gonna talk about that. Jarrett Hurd say he's still the best at 154 pounds. Let's talk about that. John Kramer, what's happening with him? And y'all already know when you come in the building, make sure that you smash on that like button and hop in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. Loyal to the game, boxing talk. What's happening with it, Kwame? Man, I seen y'all over there cooking last night, man. My man Drico, man, y'all was having a great debate, man. What's good with it? Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's happening? The troll killer, Mr. Shelton, off in the building. What's happening with it, Mr. Shelton? Yeah. What's good with it, Batman? Batman, what's happening with it? Yeah, we gonna talk about it, man. We gonna talk about that shit, man. We gonna talk about it, man. Chad Ochocinco, man. Hey, man, that to me, I'm feeling Batman, man. Most of that whole card was some bullshit, but I did enjoy that Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias. And I told y'all, I said, y'all sleeping on Luis Arias. I said, he's subject to go out here and beat Jarrett Hurd ass, but we gonna talk about it. Bruce Goals, what's happening with it? Yeah. I just got done listening to Antonio Tarver right now, Blue Blood. I just got done listening to seeing Blue Blood interview Antonio Tarver, and he on there talking about Wilder should have took the 20 million. You know, he crazy. He ain't take the 20 mil step aside money. I'm like, bro, these dudes just go off of what the mainstream media, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they just go off of that shit and just run with it. They don't do no research. They don't, like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy. Knockout 86 TV says, just glad we get back to some real boxing. Man, that's real shit. Knockout Boxing say Jarrett Hurd is food for the top fighters at this point. Man, don't let Batman hear that. Batman, he ain't gonna like that. I don't know. We got a troll in the house. You know what I'm saying? Typing a whole bunch of shit I'm not finna read. But yeah, man. A lot of shit been going on in boxing. And like my man Knockout 86 TV say, man, we just glad to get back to some real boxing right now. You know, we ain't gotta talk about this bullshit no more, hopefully for a while. And glad to get back to real boxing. But I ain't gonna lie, I am interested in seeing that Jake Paul and my man Tyron Woodley. I ain't gonna lie, I'm interested in seeing that because I fuck with Tyron Woodley heavy, and Tyron Woodley actually got hands like that. You feel me? Mike Ryan says, laugh out loud, laugh my ass off. When I heard that Hurd was training with Terrence Crawford, I knew he was going to get his ass whooped. Hey, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell, man. But yeah, man. But I talked about that whole scenario with him having to have Crawford push him, and I said I didn't like that. I did a whole show about that, and you know, niggas is arguing with me saying, "Oh no, that's not this, and that." And I said, "Nah, that make me look at Jarrett Hurd a different type of way. You know, if he needs another, you supposed to be at the top of the game, right? You're supposed to be a world-class fighter, and you need another world-class fighter, just a division under you to push you and to watch you train and to watch over you. I told y'all about that shit. I said, I don't like that. That showed me a weakness in Jarrett Hurd. I told y'all, but see, did nobody want to listen to me? Shady Girl 85, salute to you. Knockout Boxing 86, he said there was never any step aside money. Not surprised Tarver would take it though. He said he been looking for easy way out by cheating his competition and cheating himself. Yeah, Tarver been a motherfucking lifetime cheater. When you get caught as many times as Antonio Tarver, and see, that's a thing that nobody want to talk about. When you bring up Antonio Tarver, don't nobody want to ever talk about all the fucking many times that Antonio Tarver got caught cheating, but everybody want to bring up Canelo. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to keep the same energy. Tarver been caught several times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tarver been trying to make a comeback for years and years and years. And every time he try to make a comeback, the motherfucking pop dirty. That's a lifetime cheat. When you continue to pop dirty over and over like that, that's the type of fighter to me when you have to go and look at his whole career. Now, you get popped once, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We can forgive you for it. But you're getting popped over and over and over. Now we got to go back and backtrack and look at your whole career. And I can't give you credit for that shit because, you know, now you're a habitual cheater. You're a habitual cheater. You feel me? Earl Thomas says Jarrett Hurd was done after J-Rock softened him up. He was never same after that beating. My man Batman said he cool, but I don't fuck with him like that. If he fight, I root for him because he ain't homie, but I fuck with him. He says, but I fuck with him like that though. I think he mean I don't fuck with him like that though. I think he might be talking about Jarrett Hurd. But I like Jarrett Hurd. I like Jarrett Hurd. You know what I'm saying? I like Jarrett Hurd, but when I talk about him, I'm still gonna speak the facts about Jarrett Hurd. You know, and so let's go ahead and hold on real quick. Let's go ahead and cook on, you know, what went down last night. Let's go ahead and cook on what went down last night. First, we had Chad Ochocinco. You know, we had Chad Ochocinco last night, and you know, I was looking forward to seeing what Chad could do in the ring because we know Chad is a world-class athlete. We know Chad was one of the best wide receivers the NFL has ever seen. To me, excuse me, I think Chad Johnson should be in the Hall of Fame, but you know, that's a whole different story. Also, you know, Chad excelled at soccer too. So we know he had the footwork. And right off the bat, you know, Chad looked good at first. Chad started looking good. You know, Chad, he was throwing the jab to the body, long, staying on the outside. He was showing his footwork. But one thing, right? One thing will get exposed if you don't know how to box is your defense. And Chad Johnson, right, soon as he got a punch thrown at him, he didn't have no defense. His first reaction was to, you know, use his footwork to run and get up out of there. Like that motherfucker ran up out that bitch. Like he ran. Chad Johnson, dude threw a hook at him. He ran up out of that motherfucker. So that's one thing that a lot of fighters, you know, they work on different punch combinations and punch variations, but they don't work on the defense side. And as a fighter, you know what I'm saying? Defense is one of your biggest weapons because you can use defense to not only, you know, block shots and, you know, you can use defense to transition that into offense. And, you know, a lot of these fighters that don't have no experience, that's the first thing. When you throw a shot at them, the first thing that they do is they'll turn their back and try to run. And so, you know, Chad, man, I think Chad Johnson, if he had been a little bit more aggressive on dude, he would have he could have beat that dude. You know what I'm saying? Ochocinco, Chad Johnson could have beat that dude if he was a little more aggressive. But I think they was both scared of each other. You know what I'm saying? I forgot who said it, but I was listening to somebody and he said, no, that was Coach. I think that was Coach last, and I was listening to Coach, and he said, I think he said something like, Chad Johnson was scared and the other motherfucker was terrified. You know what I'm saying? One of them was scared and the other one was terrified. You know, so that's just what it was, you know, but I think Chad Johnson, you know, he heard him. Chad Johnson rocked him a couple of times early. Ochocinco rocked that dude a couple of times early in the fight. but he didn't jump on him because he was nervous. He was scared, you know. I think he Ochocinco might have got dude up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He might have got dude up out of there, but he was too nervous, you know. He was too nervous and he wasn't confident in the skills that he had learned in a short period of time. Now, the other guy, you know, he was sorry too. He was sorry, you know, even though he had a background in bare knuckle boxing and a background in MMA, you know, we see that didn't mean nothing in the back when he stepped in the boxing ring. You feel me? But he did catch Ochocinco off guard. You know, Ochocinco tried to hook with him and left his hands down. And dude caught him with a hook right on the chin and dropped Ochocinco. You know, I mean, hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Ochocinco not used to getting punched in the face like that with 10-ounce gloves with no headgear on. So as soon as he did get hit, you know, he hit that canvas. But I mean, it was, like I said, it was entertainment. I would have much rather have, you know, Floyd Mayweather put some more legit boxing fights on the card. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, if I'm Floyd Mayweather, if I'm Tank Davis's promoter, right? If I'm Tank Davis's promoter, I promote that card with Tank Davis on it as the co-main event. And that card is going to be 10 times bigger if he had to put Tank Davis on there as the co-main event. That's basically the only fighter that you got. James Pascal, he did. But see, I'm saying if you are Tank Davis's promoter, right? That is basically the only fighter that you got that people really recognize like that under TMT Promotions, right? And I know a lot of people gonna feel like, nah, well, because they're gonna overshadow Tank Davis. Nah, Tank Davis can hold his own, but putting Tank Davis on the undercard of an event like this, it makes it a mega boxing card, and you're gonna get way more eyes on it because you got Tank Davis on the event, and then you're gonna be able to build Tank Davis as a bigger superstar than he already is, you know. Because it's enough money. If you had to put Tank Davis on the event, it still would have been more than enough money for Floyd Mayweather to still get all his bread, and then for all the eyes to be on Tank Davis also. That's just what I would have done if I was, you know, his promoter. Because I mean, what bigger stage to do it to promote one of your, you know, your prize fighter. Marcus Hayes was happening with it. Bruce Gold. Yeah, man. Knockout. Man, John Pascal, man, he tested positive for like four different steroids in his body. So with that being said, you know, just like John Pascal, you test positive for 4 different steroids. That ain't your first go around, bro. Like, that ain't your first go around. And like I said on the last show, what's his name? Marcus Brown. He said that he was trying to get blood tested in the fight that he had with John Pascal, but they was refusing it. So he couldn't get it, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't get it approved because he said he'd been thought that John Pascal was on some shit. So when you go back to look at guys like John Pascal, we got to look at his whole career. We got to look at his whole career and say, how long has this man been juicing? Right? How long has he been juicing? We got to, in real shit, we got to take the win away that he has against Marcus Brownie. We got to take the win away that he had against Badu Jack. That shit crazy. Yeah, but like Bruce Gold said, yeah, man, we got to give Chad Johnson, you know, shit, he went in there and he, no matter what people say, Chad Johnson still had the nuts to go in there and go up against a fighter, a combat fighter, you know. Like I said, this guy had experience in boxing. He had experience in bare knuckle fighting, and he had experience in MMA. So Chad Johnson stepping in the ring for the first time ever. Yeah, man, that's we got to give him his credit for just going in there, you know, and checking another thing off his bucket list to do, and he did it against a credible opponent for him. That was a very credible opponent for him. You feel me? Batman say they should have put Jaleel Hackett on the televised. Yeah, I thought they was. I thought they was gonna put Jaleel Hackett on the televised event, but they didn't. You know how they do, man. But when Chad Johnson fought, it wasn't really nobody in the audience yet. You know, I thought that more people would have been. I thought that more people would have been there to see Chad Johnson. I thought they would have got there early to see Ochocinco, but you know, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. But yeah, man, overall to me, that whole card, it was some bullshit. If it wasn't for, and I'm gonna keep it real. If it wasn't for Luis Arias and my man Jarrett Hurd, that card would have been some fucking throwaway trash. It would have. To me, I don't want to say that Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias, they saved the card, but pretty much they did. You know what I'm saying? They made the card watchable. Because if it wasn't for Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias, that card wouldn't have even been watchable. It was nothing exciting on that card to watch. I'm talking about that Badu Jack shit was some bullshit. You know, I know that Badu Jack was supposed to fight the steroid cheat, but and they had to find a real quick replacement opponent for Badu Jack. But it looked like dude just came in there to take a dive and to get whatever little purse that they was gonna pay him for stepping in for John Pascal. I mean, he was getting hit with some body shots, but Badu Jack wasn't fucking ripping him with just no clean, just nasty body shots like that. Them was some taps. You know what I'm saying? Them was some taps. Dude was curling up and fucking, you know what I'm saying, dropping to the ground every time Badu Jack landed a body shot. And I'm like, man, them fucking body shots wasn't all of that. I seen, come on, bro. You supposed to be a professional fighter. You know, I know he had well over 10 professional fights. I don't know what his record is. I think he was like 19-0 or something like that. You know, whatever it may be. You getting hit with just some regular, you know, sparring body shots and you fucking dropping to the ground. And come on, bro. You came in there to get that fucking paycheck that they was giving you because you stepped in the ring for Badu Jack. For John Pascal on short notice. So that was some bullshit, man. And I know a lot of people was arguing back and forth about this event. Was this event going to bring more eyes to boxing? Or was this event gonna, you know, do anything for boxing at all? And now I can say, right, because I was saying before, I said we really gotta wait to see what it does, you know. And now I can say that shit from last night, it did nothing for boxing. That shit from last night, it helped boxing out, not at all, no type of way. Because for one, you didn't have the big names. You didn't have no big names on the card. Like Badu Jack is at the end of his career. You feel me? Even if John Pascal had been on the card, he at the end of his career. So ain't no fucking new fans that's coming in to, you know, maybe. Well, you're not going to win over no new fans with Badu Jack, right? You're not going to win over no new fans with Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias. And I fuck with Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias both. But you have to have, to me, you got to have a big name like Tank Davis on the card. But like I said, or all of the fights that you have on the card have to be exciting to where if I'm a new boxing fan and I'm looking to come in and I'm kind of on the verge, if I want to watch boxing, I don't know. Well, if I come in and I see all of the fights are exciting, I'm like, damn, who are these dudes? Damn, I might fuck with boxing. But that card didn't do that. The only fight on there that was a hell of a fight was Luis Arias and Jarrett Hurd. Other than that, all of it was some bullshit. It was a clown show to me. You feel me? All over was a clown show. That's what his name was, Carolina. Okay, yeah, I saw that, man. He kept holding and shit. Like I said, bro, Knockout Boxing said the dude that fought Badu Jack, he was 15-0 with 13 KOs. Yeah, you 15-0 and you 13 with 13 KOs. You're not supposed to be falling all over from those bullshit ass body shots like that. Like I said, Badu Jack wasn't even digging into him like that. It was just normal body shots that, you know, he should have been able to take pretty easily. Slide Tennessee 87, salute. He said he felt bad for Badu Jack. He tried to make it competitive. Yeah, dude, he just came in there to hold, to grab, and, you know, after he got a few rounds in, he came in there like, okay, that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and lay down. That's just what it was. Daryl Deloach was happening with it. Salute to you. Yeah, I mean, that's just what it was, man. Chad didn't get his ass beat, dog. Chad Johnson didn't get his ass beat. If you watch the fight, Chad Johnson, to me, was actually winning all the rounds until he got dropped. You know, dude couldn't land nothing on him. Chad Johnson's feet was too fast. That motherfucker fast. He get out the gate fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about run. That's running. What Chad Johnson was doing was running. See, now you guys get to see the difference between running and footwork, right? Chad Johnson was using footwork, but he was running with it. What Mayweather was doing his whole career, that wasn't running. Mayweather wasn't running. Chad Johnson was actually running. But I mean, shit, what you expect? The man ain't never been in no ring before. I think he said he might have trained 2 months for this shit. I mean, to me, he did well to even get in there. But Chad Johnson didn't get his ass beat. To me, like I said, I thought Chad Johnson was winning most of the rounds until he got dropped. Sylvester 2011 was happening with it. Yeah, man. So that was what that was, man. But let's talk about this Jarrett Hurd. Let's talk about Jarrett Hurd and my man Luis Arias, right? I tried to tell y'all, right? That Jarrett Hurd and Luis Arias, I said that y'all underestimating Luis Arias. I said, this is not going to be an easy opponent for Jarrett Hurd. I told y'all that. I said, it's not going to be no easy opponent for Jarrett Hurd. I said, because Luis Arias, he can fight. And if you look at his resume, he only lost to, you know, top competition like Daniel Jacobs. When Daniel Jacobs fought Luis Arias, you know, he was considered to be one of the top guys, the top 3 guys at 160 pounds at that time. You feel me? So you can't just look at Luis Arias and say, oh, well, he got, you know, two or three losses on his record and say that he was going to be a bum and Jarrett Hurd was going to walk through him. I knew that Jarrett Hurd was going to have a fucking tough ass fight. I knew that. And I told everybody that. You know, but to me, Jarrett Hurd lost that fight clearly. Luis Arias, he came in there and he bullied Jarrett Hurd. That's what the fuck happened. He bullied Jarrett Hurd. You know, Jarrett Hurd was the bigger man. I mean, Jarrett Hurd said that he had got up to 217 pounds. 217. So you gonna tell me this motherfucker ain't big? Jarrett Hurd was heavyweight. He was weighing the same weight as a heavyweight, fighting at 154 pounds. Heavyweight, right? So they fought this fight at 160 pounds. They fought it at 160 pounds. And right off, Luis Arias, he took it to Jarrett Hurd. He didn't give Jarrett Hurd time to settle in. He took it to Jarrett Hurd, and he was bullying Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd was supposed to be the bigger, stronger fighter. But nah, Luis Arias was pushing around Jarrett Hurd, pushing him back to the ropes, bullying him, throwing motherfucking left hook, overhand rights, you know, left hooks and overhand rights, catching Jarrett Hurd with everything in the kitchen sink. He was hitting Jarrett Hurd with everything. Jarrett Hurd showed, and I told y'all, and I tried to tell Money, I was telling Batman too. I said, Jarrett Hurd looked like some shit in his last few fights. I said, and he gets hit way too much. I told y'all that. I said, Jarrett Hurd get hit way too much. He couldn't get out the way of shit. Jarrett Hurd couldn't get out the. You could have threw a beach ball at Jarrett Hurd and he couldn't duck that bitch. You could have threw a fucking beach ball at Jarrett Hurd and he couldn't get out the way of that motherfucker. Jarrett Hurd has no defense at all. He looks lazy, you know what I'm saying? Because Luis Arias was outworking him. He was bullying him. He was basically doing anything that he wanted to Jarrett Hurd. Now, Jarrett Hurd did try to start coming on. He did try to pick up the pace. But Luis Arias, he didn't have no he didn't have no stop in him. He didn't have no stop in him at all. He did catch Luis Arias a couple times, and he hurt Luis Arias a couple times in that fight because Jarrett Hurd, look how big he is. And he has power, right? He has power. He got a vicious uppercut, but he just gets hit too much. When you step up in competition and you get hit that many times, the fight is different. That's the same shit that I say about David Benavidez. And y'all gonna see about David Benavidez. David Benavidez, the only thing, he has a great work rate, right? But it's gonna be different when he step in the ring with somebody like Jamal Charlo or a Canelo Alvarez or any of these top fighters that can hit hard. It's going to be different when you get hit that many times by somebody that can hit hard or somebody that's at the, top level. Now, I'm not saying that Luis Arias is at the top level of 160 pounds, but he sure ain't at the bottom of it, and he's fought the top fighters. And let me pull up Luis Arias. Let me pull up his resume. Let me pull up Cuba's resume. Hold on. So he got 2 losses on his record. He lost to Luke Keeler on points, and he lost to Daniel Jacobs. That's the only L's that he got on his record. Now, he had a draw with Gabe Rosado. I don't remember that Gabe Rosado fight. He had a draw with Gabe Rosado. But like I said, man, he's a solid fighter. He's a solid fighter. And I had a feeling that Jarrett Hurd was going to lose that fight. And I told everybody, yeah, Brandon White, man, you could have thrown a beach ball at Jarrett Hurd. He wasn't going to fucking move fast enough to get out the way. My man Knockout Boxing, Macadocious Mac of the South, what's happening with it? Matthias Nation, what's happening with it? Knockout Boxing 86, he said, no improvement from her. Someone please tell me why someone with slow reflexes, subpar counter punches, and no footwork would be trying to implement a shoulder roll defense. But Knockout, I don't know if you was in here. I was trying to tell them boys. They kept Jarrett Hurd this and Jarrett. I said, man, Jarrett Hurd been looking like some shit. I tried to tell everybody. Niggas got mad when I told them. I said, Luis Arias is subject to going there and beat Jarrett Hurd. Didn't nobody want to hear when I was telling everybody that. His defense is his defense is trash. The Jarrett Hurd at 154 pounds, what he used his work rate, his work ethic, right? Because he threw a lot of punches. He used his work ethic and his pure size to just basically, beat motherfuckers down. You feel me? That's what he used. He uses, but now that he don't have that work rate like that now, it's easy to expose him. And see, the thing with a guy like Jarrett Hurd is styles make matchups. When you got a dude in there that's just gonna come relentless, that on some I don't got shit to lose, like Luis Arias did last night. Like he never stopped throwing punches. Whatever Jarrett Hurd did, he would throw 4, 5, 6 shots at Jarrett Hurd back, right? And Jarrett Hurd just didn't have it in him. He didn't have it in him. And like I told y'all, I'm going to say this again. When I came on here and I did the show and I talked about that I didn't like Terrence Crawford having to push Jarrett Hurd and stand over him and watch him work out and, and motivate him. Like, to me, if you at the top level of boxing like Jarrett Hurd, because Jarrett Hurd is the one that was saying, I'm better than everybody at 154. I'm the best. I'm still the best, and I'm coming to show everybody that I'm the best at 154. Okay, well, if you're the best at 154, you shouldn't have to have another world-class fighter, if you're a world-class fighter, basically train you and get you motivated to do what you're supposed to do. Why? That's, to me, you're supposed to be looking at Terrence Crawford as a potential opponent down the line, if you're supposed to be that nigga, because he only one weight class below you. So you shouldn't be able to let him see your weaknesses. You feel me? Terrence Crawford is one weight class below you. Why would you want to let that man see all your weaknesses if that's a potential opponent for you later on down the road? Terrence Crawford shouldn't have to fucking stand over you and watch you train and make sure you're going to do what you got to do and push you and do all of that. He shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, I got you, Batman. I'm gonna drop it right here in the chat for you. He shouldn't have to do that. And you can get on here if you want to argue today. I got time today, Batman. If you want to come on here and take up for Jarrett Hurd, I got time today, Batman. Let me send Batman this link. Hey, my man Slide Tendencies 87. He said Hurd was moving like Stephen Hawkins in the snowstorm. Hey, man, well, for real, man. Hurd was just getting hit with everything. And he's slow. But like I said, I didn't like that. And didn't nobody like that I was saying that I didn't like that Terrence Crawford was having to stand over him and push him and make him work. Why? Why do you want that man to see your weaknesses? Why do you want him to see that when that's a potential opponent for you? If you saying that you coming back to 154 and you the man at 154 and you finna fuck everybody up, bro. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, Luis Arias, he just outworked Jarrett Hurd. He was more hungry. He showed he wanted more, and Jarrett Hurd didn't improve none. I told y'all one thing I did tell y'all. I said Jarrett Hurd has to find his identity. I said Jarrett Hurd don't know if he want to box. He don't know if he want to be a slugger. I said he don't know what he want to do. He has to find his identity. But see, what Luis Arias did is he went out there and he didn't give Jarrett Hurd time enough to find shit. He didn't give Jarrett Hurd time enough to figure out, okay, maybe I want to box. Let me test out this boxing to see if this works. Or maybe I want to slug. No, he went in there and he made Jarrett Hurd. He told him, you're going to do what the fuck I want you to do. I'm going to be on your ass the whole fight. I'm not going to back up off you. And that's what it is, right? But one thing I didn't like about Jarrett Hurd is that Jarrett Hurd refused to give Luis Arias any type of credit. I would have respected it more if Jarrett Hurd had been like, look, hey, I was rusty. Shout out to Luis Arias. He gave me a good fight. Maybe we could do it again someday, right? And let me see. And because he can't even really use that he was rusty, because Luis Arias, he ain't been in the ring in 2 fucking years, right? So you had 2 cats that ain't been in the ring. Luis Arias, he had a longer layoff than Jarrett Hurd did. So he couldn't use the I was rusty. So I understand why he couldn't use, I was rusty, because Luis Arias, he ain't been in the fucking ring in 2 years, right? He was on the 2-year layoff. Jarrett Hurd was on like a 16-month layoff, right? So they both rusty as fuck if that's where you want to go. But I didn't like that Jarrett Hurd was in denial, talking about I won the fight, I got robbed, and and then he was like, I could have did a whole bunch of stuff, but the ring was slippery and this and that. So, no, the ring was slippery for both of y'all. When I saw who was falling on the canvas from the ring being slippery, I seen Luis Arias falling on the canvas because the ring was slippery. I saw the ring affecting him more than it was affecting you. So you can't use the slippery ring as an excuse like it was just slippery on your side and he didn't have to deal with the same shit you dealt with. No, you know what I'm saying? You give the man credit. You ask for a rematch and you come back to fight another day. But I didn't like that about Jarrett Hurd because he refused to give Cuba any type of credit. And Cuba gave him his credit. He said, man, y'all count Jarrett Hurd out. Jarrett Hurd, you can't count him out. Like, he's a hell of a fighter. He gave that man all type of credit. And Jarrett Hurd had a nerve enough to sit his fucking lazy ass up there and not give Luis Cuba Arias no credit at all. Made a million excuses and then said he still won the fight. You didn't win that fucking fight. Real talk, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I watched that fight closely. I scored the fight and I only gave Jarrett Hurd 2. You could have gave him 3 rounds at max. Jarrett Hurd didn't even come close to winning that fucking fight. But let me read some of these comments and then I'm gonna get to you, Batman. J.A. Dixon says, to be the best at 154, you got to actually fight at 154, not 158. Come on, Hurd, get it together. But when you blow up to 217 pounds, come on, bro. He blew up to 217 pounds. And then he said that it was because it was COVID and he couldn't train. Bro, a lot of everybody went through COVID. That's what I don't like about I fuck with Jarrett Hurd, so don't get me wrong, but I don't like the certain excuses that he was making. Like, bro, fucking the pandemic didn't make you fucking blow up and get put on 70 pounds. A whole bunch of everybody went through the pandemic. They found a way to get around it and train. You could have did the same thing. Now, I understand that his dad died and, he probably was depressed. You feel me? I mean, shit. But with all that being said, you give the man his credit, and you face the facts. He's still in denial and excuses, and he's not gonna get no better if he continues to be in denial and excuses. Man, Dante Hall says Coach K usually works with slick boxers like Keyshawn Davis and Shakur. Hurd need to fight his style of fight. He did fight his style of fight. He didn't have no choice but to fight his style of fight. But Luis Arias he just outworked him. He wanted him more. Jarrett Hurd ain't got that. He got his ass beat. Period. He got outworked. He got bullied. And Luis Arias, he bullied like you bullied the bully. Luis Arias was the smaller guy and he bullied the bully. So, I mean, Mike Rhymes said, one thing Hurd do know, he don't want to duck punches. For real. Kenneth Blake said he a puncher bag. He is, but I like Jarrett Hurd, but the facts is the facts, man. The facts is facts. What's good with it, Batman?
Q, what's up, Q?
What's happening with it, man? Go ahead and say your boy Hurd, man. What's good?
I ain't saving nobody. Man, look, man, you already knew Jarrett Hurd wasn't never gonna be the same after he ain't take the rematch with J-Rock. Man,
right.
Man, when the man lost, he got beat.
My bad. And my bad. I think I forgot my man Matthew Valentine super chat. And appreciate Matthew Valentine in that super chat. Always showing love and support. He say, Bubba Hurd got that ass beat. Yeah, he did. And make sure that y'all like the channel. Push the like button. Hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit that like button. Smash on that like. But go ahead, Batman.
Man, when he lost to J-Rock, y'all knew he wasn't gonna never be the same, man. He's trying. You already got your identity. Now you gotta add to your identity. And if I was working with Jarrett Hurd, I'm not changing him because it's not going to come out in the fight. So I gotta add something on to what he does. All right, you come forward now. All right, we gotta start on the gloves. That's your defense. We're gonna start catching shit on the gloves and we gonna play catch and shoot since you like you know what I'm saying, you like to come forward and get hit. We're gonna get hit on the gloves first and then we're gonna start fighting. But you know, these guys, they go try to change their whole style up and look even worse. Cause dog, it take for him to change the style up, it's gonna take to sit there and get the shit. It's the only way you can change your style if you one of them guys that catch on real fast. Other than that, you gonna be a duck in water.
Jarrett Hurd, man, but see what I'm saying, what I was seeing in this fight, right? He didn't try to come out because we've seen him in his past couple fights try to box for a while, and then when he saw that wasn't working, he went back to slugging. This fight, Luis Arias, he didn't give him a chance to even try to box. Like he came out on Jarrett Hurd and he kind of made Jarrett Hurd revert to the only thing he know how to do well, right? He made Jarrett Hurd fight that fight. He didn't give Jarrett Hurd time to sit back and try to box and, you know, try to use his jab. He went straight in on him.
Cause so that means in camp, I'm gonna say in camp, he probably was boxing because the person who he was fighting was boxing. He ain't had nobody to come to him to.
You keep cutting out, Batman.
Hello, I'm right there.
Yeah, your shit keep cutting out.
Nah, I was like in camp, right? They probably never fight on him to see can he box a pressure fighter. That's all they did was put another boxer in there and try to get him to box. Dog, these trainers be fucking these guys up instead of just taking the tools. All right, if I'm a train somebody, I'm gonna take what they good at and add on to what they good at. To the style I'm used to teaching. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Cause I can only teach a motherfucker that's a kid. Kids are the ones that take what you really teach and take it and put it together real good.
Because their mind is fresh. They haven't learned nothing else yet, you know?
Yes. So if I get a grown adult, I gotta add on to what they do. I can't just strip them down and try to start them over because it's not gonna work. Because when it don't work in the ring, they're gonna convert back into who they are. But you know, that's what Jarrett Hurd did. He gave him a chance to box, and he went to back to ban Jarrett Hurd.
Right.
Instead of having some more tricks, I'm catching with my gloves. I'm moving my head just a little bit. That shoulder roll shit ain't for him. Foot movement for the shoulder roll. You won't even get low. The weaver punch for the shoulder roll.
He don't have no head movement with these dudes be trying to do this shoulder roll and have no head movement with it. They just right there.
It's not the head movement, it's the shoulder roll consists of your lower back, your waist.
Yeah, he don't do none of that. He just standing straight up trying to shoulder roll. It's not how you do the shoulder roll.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. I put that on him, man, Coach K. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find out what's good for your fighter, not trying to strip them down and make them into. No, we's gonna get back to what you do good, but we're gonna add some things on to what you do good. We're gonna put some defensive things of what you do good going forward. If you like to go forward, the best fighter he should look at today is Errol Spence. Errol Spence went forward and catch on his arm and the gloves. Something Jarrett Hurd should be able to do to put in this arsenal, but you know he won't be able to get with Derek James because you know it's a conflict of interest over there. Saying he needs old coach.
Yeah, you keep cutting out.
You say I'm cutting out?
Yeah, you keep cutting out. Yeah, man, to me, Jarrett Hurd, his whole thing is right. We know who he is. You can't change his fighting style. Like you said, you can't change. You maybe could add a few things, but you basically got to just leave him alone, right? Let him be who he is, and continue to master the craft that he already had before. When he was at the top of his game, that's who he was. Continue to be that, right? Work on your defense, but just continue to be that. Just do that and just work on getting your defense a little better. But his main thing, if Jarrett Hurd ever gonna be back to what he was, his main thing is having tip-top conditioning. His conditioning needs to be more than the average fighter's conditioning. He has to have over-the-top conditioning because the style of fighting that he is, who he really is, you have to have tip-top conditioning to fight it, that style of fighting, right? You can't be lazy. When Jarrett Hurd beat Lara, right, it was his conditioning. It was because he was relentless and he never stopped. He never stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once he got past them first couple rounds, he was on you. He was on you. And he was going to wear you down. He was going to use his size and weight, and he was going to use, his punch output and his conditioning to overwhelm you, and just you was either going to quit or he was just going to wear you down and win by decision. But most of them, they quit, right? Because he wore them down. That's what he needs. He needs that ultimate conditioning. He needs to get with somebody like a Blu-ray Fitness, right? He needs to get with one of them trainers that's going to focus on getting his conditioning up through the roof, right? To get his work rate back up there. Because we know who he is. Everybody talking about, oh, Jarrett Hurd need this. And he needs to be what the fuck he was when he was at the top of the 154 weight division. And the only way that he's going to get back there is his conditioning. Because we seen Jarrett Hurd last night. He was lazy. He let a small guy like Luis Arias bully him. Dude was stronger than Jarrett Hurd. If y'all go back and watch that fight, when they was in close quarter, when they got to clinching, he was pushing Jarrett Hurd back. Ain't no way Jarrett Hurd, as big as that motherfucker is, he should have had Luis Arias. Cuba should have been stronger than Jarrett Hurd. Dude was stronger than Jarrett Hurd. Really. And Luis Arias, he started to wear down in some of the later rounds, which, I mean, look what he was doing. He pushing this big motherfucker back the whole fight, right? He's pushing him back the whole fight, and he's throwing a million punches nonstop. Of course, he was going to slow down a little bit, but even when he did slow down, he still came back. He had something in him to where he had in his mindset, I'm going to go in here and I'm not going to let nothing stop me. That's the mindset that Luis Arias had. So it wasn't all about what Jarrett Hurd was doing or what Jarrett Hurd wasn't doing. We got to give some credit to Cuba, right? Because he went in there and he fought his ass off, and you could tell he studied Jarrett Hurd. He studied Jarrett Hurd's weaknesses, right? He noticed, okay, Jarrett Hurd, he's easy to hit when you throw the hook or the overhand. I'm going to use that because just like Adrian Broner, right? When AB went in there against Marcos Maidana, one thing that Marcos Maidana exploited real fast in Adrian Broner is, Adrian Broner uses the shoulder roll, but he don't do it right. Luis Arias did the same thing with Jarrett Hurd. He looked at his last fight or his last couple fights, and he's like, this motherfucker trying to use the shoulder roll. So I'm going to come in. He don't use it right. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use that fucking overhand. I'm going to use that overhand right, and I'm going to land it at will. And that's what he did. He used the overhand right, but he mixed it up with body shots, mixed it up with straight rights and he threw everything at Jarrett Hurd, and Jarrett Hurd couldn't move out of the way of a motherfucking beach ball. Straight up. So I can't just come on here and say, well, if Jarrett Hurd was this and if Jarrett Hurd did that, we got to give Luis Arias some respect and give him his flowers too, because
he did his job.
Yeah, he did his job, Batman, and he really never let Jarrett Hurd get comfortable. That's the main thing. He never let Jarrett Hurd get comfortable, because when you in Jarrett Hurd's position, right, and you kind of in your head, you like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to box. I don't know if I want to slug. I'm kind of let me see if boxing don't work, then I'm a slug. If slugging don't work, I'm a box. Well, when you kind of mixed up in your head like that, because boxing is like 80% mental. When you mixed up in your head like that, right? What you need is you need an opponent that's gonna give you time to fill out the match, right? That's gonna give you time to go in there and fill out what you're gonna do, right? Luis Arias, he didn't do that. He didn't give Jarrett Hurd no time to fill him out or figure out what he wanted to do in that fight. He went straight to him. And so what you're going to do when somebody goes straight at you like that, you're going to revert back to what you know. That boxing, all that shit that they've been working on, all that boxing shit, that's in the front of his brain right now. But then once a fight break out, that shit go in the back of your brain and you forget all of that shit.
See, with me,
what you've been doing for years and years.
With me, I chopping this jab up and made him learn how to catch punches. That's it. That's all. And you do you. But after he lost to J-Rock, he lost his confidence.
And like I said, Batman, I think you might have been on. I think it was you and Money that was on here with me, right? When I talked about him, right? When I talked about him going in, it wasn't only like he was training with Bud Crawford, right? Now, like I said I wouldn't have had a problem with it if that him and Bud Crawford was training side by side, right? He like trying to outwork Bud trying to outwork him. They training together, but that wasn't the case. And I said I didn't like that shit because Bud was there to watch over Jarrett Hurd and to help him train.
No, Bud was there to train for Pacquiao, but he didn't get the fight. So
but what I'm saying, it turned out.
And he stayed there to help.
He stayed. That's what I'm saying. He was there and he was helping Jarrett Hurd. And he was in a lot of the footage I saw that they was posting. He was standing over Jarrett Hurd, motivating him, pushing him.
Look, man, like
having to push Jarrett Hurd, like, nah, you ain't gonna stop. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Nah, that's a world class fighter. You're supposed to be a world class fighter. And this is just me personally, right? If we in the same sport, and I'm saying I'm the best at my weight division, and you saying you the best at your weight division, we only a weight division apart. We can potentially fight each other very easily. All that has to happen is this man move up in weight and I have a belt, right? Now, if I'm the best, I think I'm going to have a belt at 154 pretty soon, right? So I don't want to show another man my weaknesses. If I'm training, right, the competitive nature in me, I'll train with you, but I'm trying to show you out the whole time. I'm trying to show that you can't fuck with me training. And he's probably trying to do the same thing, but I don't want you standing over me, telling me, come on, you can't stop. Okay, now you got to do this. Now you got to do this. And then you seen Jarrett Hurd. I think you seen Jarrett Hurd running, right? And Terrence Crawford was on the bike behind him, pushing him, telling them, like, keep going, pushing him. Y'all supposed to be training together. You shouldn't have to have another world-class fighter help you, get you on that, get your mind and to get your wind and everything on that level. That's just how I saw it. That was my take on it, and I didn't like when I saw that because what that let me know is that Jarrett Hurd is lazy. When I saw that, I saw Jarrett Hurd must be lazy. And Terrence Crawford notices that. So Terrence Crawford being, his boy are cool with him. He's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I push him because I know he ain't gonna do it if I ain't there standing over him.
But what if he came to Terrence Crawford and be like, bro, I need some help, bro. I ain't, what I'm saying? I need to stay focused. I need somebody to help me stay focused. Dog.
You shouldn't have to have that. You shouldn't have to come to another world-class fitter that's one weight division below you.
Weak.
Huh?
Dog, don't act like all these athletes are fucking they got competitive and being mental with like working out is two different things. It's two.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Batman. I'm saying when I saw that, I noticed that Jarrett
mentally
Hurd.
weak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I noticed that Jarrett Hurd was lazy and he was mentally weak because boxing is 80% mental. So I didn't like that. When I saw that, I didn't like that because now, right? Now, say Prince, right? Just listen to what I'm saying, right? And this is another reason I didn't like that because you showed Terrence Crawford your weaknesses. Now Terrence Crawford know your weaknesses. Now, say Prince, right? Jarrett Hurd did become the best at 154 again, right? Say that Jarrett Hurd did become the best at 154 again. Bam. He somehow got a title at 154. Terrence Crawford, he say, fuck it. I'm moving up to 154. I'm done with 147. Jarrett Hurd is right there. Well, now you right in my view, right? I'm going after you. I know all your weaknesses already. I know what you can and can't do. I know your weaknesses mentally.
You just
That's
know
easy. That's an easy fight for me now.
No, you just know I just don't like to train hard. That's not all you know.
Nah, you know that, and you know my mental weaknesses because I had to stand over you and I had to do this, and that to get you in that zone.
No. It's a difference. When I get in the ring, I can turn it on, but me having to get myself up to train might be a weakness. You just know that I don't like to train. I like to fight. I don't like to train.
Nah, that's you know more than that. If I had to stand over you and I had because training, that's mental too. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact training that shit is mental. You need to be like to get with Blu-ray for Errol Spence Errol Spence got back with Blu-ray, right? Errol Spence mental space, he had to be in a different mental space to say, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna break now I'm in a whole different mental space. Now I could go back and train with Blu-ray. Before that, he couldn't train with Blu-ray because he wasn't in the right mental space. I'm telling you, like that shit. People see, y'all think that working out and training is just physical. That shit's mental too.
I said it was mental. What are you talking about? But getting the ring and turning that click on that I'm about to dog this nigga is not the same thing as me working out. James Toney is one of the fighters that don't like to fucking work out, but only get in that ring, he's a fucking dog. It's a difference.
When James Toney was at the top when James Toney was at the top of his weight division, when he was like at the top, I ain't talking about when he moved up to cruiserweight and heavyweight. I'm talking about that. When James Toney was at super middleweight and middleweight, James Toney trained like a fucking dog. Now when James Toney hold on.
Take off and come from the streets. He'll tell you the story. You can go back and check this. He'll tell you the story when he was an amateur. He wouldn't even be training. I come in from all the streets and go in the gym and start working and start just beating the shit out of motherfucker, and go to a tournament and beat the tournament. Come on, dog. Some of these dudes.
Okay, so what did James Toney do? Right? What did James Toney get? James Toney kept getting popped, right, on steroids.
Yeah, he kept getting popped dirty when he moved to heavyweight.
Yeah, and cruiserweight. He kept getting popped dirty. He kept getting popped dirty when he moved up, right?
He knew he wasn't strong, slim.
Come on now, bro.
I mean,
mentally, James Toney knew I ain't there. I need to take something to give me that umph.
Yeah, he need to take something to give him that strength. He moving up to where it's real.
You know what I'm saying? But
this is a one-hit quitting lane. I'm moving up the one-hit quitting lane.
Coach, what's happening with you, Coach? Salute, Coach in the building. Man, all I'm saying is, man, I'm trying to tell you that Jarrett Hurd.
Coach, hey, Coach, I know guys that don't even like working out, but when you put them in that ring, that competitive dogness, but they don't like to work out. I know a lot of guys like that.
But what I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck if you like to work out or not. When you have somebody that's next to you that's working out, right? And y'all both are, even though I might not like working out, my competitive nature is gonna kick in. Working out or whatever the fuck I'm doing. If we racing, if we working out, whatever we doing, my competitive nature is gonna kick in.
The coach told you that. That's just like when you ain't got nobody around you, just you and your coach. Your coach ain't working out. You working.
You feel me? So, you know, Terrence Crawford, he can see that. But like I said, this don't have nothing to do with Terrence Crawford. My whole thing is that I didn't like when I saw that from Jarrett Hurd, because to me, I saw a weakness. I saw a weakness before he ever stepped in the ring.
But Jarrett Hurd, coach told you that after he fought J-Rock, that he wasn't working like he was usually saying him work.
Right. Tyron Johnson, what's happening with him? But yeah, man. But shit, like I said, man, where does Jarrett Hurd go from here? Because Jarrett Hurd was, you know, he's still in his mind, he thinks he won the fight, which he didn't win the fight, so he's in denial. What the fuck? Where does he go from here? I mean, he's not gonna get no fight against Charlo. Does he stay? Does he go back down to 154, or does he move up to 160? What does he do? A lot of people writing him off. A lot of people saying Jarrett Hurd is done.
I mean, he go back to the drawing if he can and see if he can pull out some wins. You can get back. You can get back. You can get back to a good big fight. But if you can't, man, you know, if this the sport you want to be in, go ahead, be somebody, punch a bag, get your bag, and get the fuck on.
Leon Robinson, what's happening? My man, Knockout Boxing 86 said he needs to stop being delusional. Until then, he cooked. Yeah, like you need to just he need to come to the realization, right? That look, I ain't what I think I am right now, right? He needs to humble himself, come to the realization and say, I'm not what I think I am right now, and I'm gonna go back and get in the gym, and I'm gonna work harder than I ever have. I'm gonna do what Jarrett Hurd needs to do. Is he needs to go back to doing what he was doing in the gym before he ever took an L, like the young Jarrett Hurd, when he was, you know what I'm saying, coming up and hungry. A lot of these guys get away from that. They get away from doing what they was doing that got them to where they were at the highest point, right? They get to the highest point, and then they think that they don't have to do what they was doing before no more. No, you got to do that, and you got to keep doing more. You got to keep adding on. That's the difference when Floyd Mayweather was there, right?
He did the same.
He got to the highest point, and he continued to add on to get better and better. These guys, they get to the highest point, and then they think that they don't, you know, they don't need to do what they was doing before. They leave that what they was doing that got them there, they leave that shit behind. And that's why I fuck with EJ. That's why I fuck with Errol Spence so heavy, because he's able to come on right now, still the best at 147 right now, right? Still getting the biggest fights, but he's able to come on, do interviews, and keep it 100 everybody and tell you, like, I was fucking up. I stopped doing what I was doing that got me in the position to where I was. I stopped doing what I was doing that got me in a position to go over to England and beat Kell Brook. You feel me? I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that shit no more. But see, he real. And Jarrett Hurd needs to come. He needs to do that. Jarrett Hurd needs to do what Errol Spence did and realize, okay, I need to stop making excuses. I need to stop being delusional. And I need to ask myself, am I doing exactly the things that I was doing that got me? I think he had 3 belts at one time, or 2. How many belts that Jarrett Hurd had at 154? Did he have 3?
He had 2.
Okay, he had 2. That got me 2 titles, right? That got me unified at 154. If I'm not doing those same things, well, I need to go back to doing those same things.
I mean,
he needs to realize that. But right now, I don't like what I'm hearing from him, making excuses when you know you went in there and got your motherfucking ass beat. You know you went in there and got your ass beat, but you talking about, oh, I won the fight, I got robbed. It was, I could have did a whole lot more, but it was because of the ring was wet, so it made me do. The ring was wet for both of y'all, motherfucker. The ring was wet for both of y'all, not just you. But, yeah, go ahead, man.
Man, he did the same thing Earl did, man. When he got complacent. It took Earl a horrific accident to realize. You know what I'm saying? But with Jarrett Hurd, dog, you just need to get back to what the fuck you was doing, dog.
Right.
You lost to J-Rock. J-Rock. Get back to what the fuck you was doing. Beating these dudes down, being the bully. Like I said, add on to what the fuck you already got. Get your head out your ass and start working hard, dog. Everybody know when you work hard, you get good results out. All right, you thought you was talented, you thought you was going to just run through the hole with your little style. It didn't happen. So get back to working hard, what you was doing. Nobody, ain't nobody wasn't talking about you. That's what you do.
Right.
That's what you dudes don't realize when ain't stop or having them yes men around you that's telling you this and you that. And you start believing that shit too fuck hard. And now you ain't even putting the work in to be who the fuck you was. Cause like I teach my son, right now today, my son's 7, I still tell him right now today that always when I'm putting in, you work hard, these skills, but you also gotta work hard at it. Don't never let nobody come to you and praise you as though you think you hard or great, and stop doing what you supposed to do. Cause what I'm doing with you right now, this is what's going to get you over the hump, and then it's going to get you past wherever the fuck you try and go. So you know what I'm saying? It be the hype. Them dudes be living in the hype, key. Trying to tell y'all, man.
Man, you right. You right. And like I said, man, I hate when you got dudes that have so much talent and then they get a little, they get a little fame, they get some accolades, and then they stop doing what got them there. That's why I fuck with Terrence Crawford, man. Like Terrence, that's one thing you can say about Terrence Crawford. It don't matter what is in him. It's not on him. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? It's in him. He gonna work 150% no matter what. And that's what gets you over the hump. Like Andre Ward. He was another one, like Floyd Mayweather. You feel me? Andre Ward was gonna work 110% no matter what. No matter what accolades he got, no matter what his record was, no matter how many fights he won, he was going to do what got him to where he was, and he was going to continue to do it and continue to add on to that. And salute to Blue Blood Sports TV off in the building. What's happening with it, my brother Blue? Yeah, man. So,
what's up, Blue?
Hold on real quick, Batman. You go ahead, Batman.
Nah, man. Even, man, I'm just hoping, man, Jarrett Hurd just realized, man, hard work will get him back to where you want to be at, man. All that, I need to do this. You just need to add, man. You just need to add on to what makes you know what I'm saying? Being a slick boxer ain't special. Being a walk down bully make you who you are. Made everybody cut their ass towards you, man. So you need to get back to that and hard work. I know you was a hard worker before you got the fame, dog. Get them niggas out your ear. Get them bitches out your ear. Work, man. That's all I can tell them, man.
Right. What's good with it? Knockout.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Let me just say this because I'm at work, man. But I wanted to weigh in on this Jarrett Hurd topic, man, because I got a few.
Let me. And salute to the Queen Sheena in the building. Salute.
Yeah.
Shayna, what's up, babe?
Let me say this, and I'll let y'all get back to cooking because I don't want them to catch me while I'm over here talking to y'all, bro. Real quick, man. What Jarrett Hurd need to do, first step, you got to become self-aware, bro. Anybody that's good at anything, whatever you do, whether it's corporate America, whether it's sports, whether it's athlete, whatever you do, bro, first of all, you have to be aware of what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And so this delusion that he has to where he thought he won the fight, A, or B, where he didn't realize that the person that he was fighting against had the same exact conditions he had. He got to get his mind right, bro, before he do anything else. That's the first thing that he has to do. The second thing that he has to do, bro, is he has to realize, as y'all were both saying, bro, so well and so eloquently, man, he has to realize what got him successful. Why did you become successful? We all know that Jarrett Hurd became successful because he was a big, strong, athletic-ass 154-pounder that was bigger and stronger than everyone that he fought. That's the first thing. The second thing was he was always in great shape, bro. He was always in phenomenal shape, and he could always take what people were dishing out. His whole thing was, I'm going to take what you giving me. I'm going to take these punches you giving me, but I'm going to give it back to you tenfold. And so that's what made him successful. Now, what he has to do is, okay, now I'm stepping up in competition. Now these dudes are probably, they might not be just as strong as me, but they strong as hell too, but they got a little bit more skill. So the way for me to get my shit off, if I want to keep walking these dudes down, I just need to get better at defense. This shoulder roll shit, it ain't working, bro. I'm not a great counterpuncher. I'm not fast enough. I'm stiff because I'm so muscular. I'm stiff as hell. I'm not a fluid enough athlete to be trying to shoulder roll because I don't shoulder roll in the uppercuts. I don't pull back well and then come back with a counterpunch. So what I need to do is I need to implement some sort of high guard shit or some sort of parrying defense where I can parry people's punches and throw shit back at them while still moving forward and wearing them down, bro. So some self-evaluation and some looking within himself and seeing what got him successful. And like Batman spoke to, make a tweak here, bro. Instead of just trying to put your head in the way or just trying to block some shit at shoulder roll, maybe learn how to catch a punch. Maybe you parry some shit. Maybe you block some shit off instead of trying to shoulder roll, or maybe you get some better head movement. Maybe not even a high guard, just move your head off the line some, bro, where you're not taking as much punches and continue to put yourself in great shape to where you ain't walking backwards all the time, bro. You're not going backwards. Like he cannot fight going backwards. He'll never have that skill set. He'll never be able to fight going backwards. It's too late for him. So he gotta learn how to fight going forwards better by having better defense and being in phenomenal shape. This 217-pound shit, this only going into training camp where when you got to fight, it's the same shit that I said about Gervonta Tank Davis, bro. It's the same shit when we were talking about Adrian Broner, bro. You gotta train year round if you Jarrett Hurd, bro. You got to fight all the time, bro. You got to be in training camp. You got to be sparring. You got to be working on your shit because at the end of the day, bro, you 30 years old now, 31 years old, whatever it is. You got what, 4, maybe 5 years left? Spend the next 4 or 5 years honing your craft and doing the best you can do, and then get on down and get out the sport, bro. But this whole changing his style shit, bro, that's not going to work for him, bro. He going to get his ass beat, bro. Luckily for him, this was Luis Arias, bro. Because if he was fighting somebody with any type of pop, bro, or any type of punching power, his ass would be asleep, bro. He'd be somewhere asleep right now if that was Jermell Charlo. Can you imagine if somebody like Jermell Charlo caught him with that overhand right he kept getting caught with, or kept catching him with those hooks, bro? He not ready for the top dudes right now. So that's what he has to do: get self-aware, work his ass off, and stop getting out of shape, bro, and realize who he is and go back to being the person that he was, bro.
Right. Nah, and that's real. That's exactly what I was saying, man. That's what he needs to do, man. He is who he is. He is who he is. That's it. But, with all that being said, man, it was a hell of a fight. Like I said, that was the only good fight on the whole card. The only good fight on the whole card. The rest of that shit was a fucking clown show. It was some bullshit. Other than that, if it wasn't for that fight, the whole show would have just been some just straight garbage. You feel me? But yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate Knockout, coming in, giving that breakdown. But yeah, man, same shit me and Batman was saying, man. He just need to be who he is. Real talk.
Man, let's get to that main event.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the main event right now. Blue Blood, he say he needs to get with Winky Wright, learn the issues, jab, and high guard. Yeah, man, Winky Wright would be good too. Winky Wright would be good, but you can't teach Jarrett Hurd too much. All you could do is let him be who he already was, and basically, have him tighten up his defense. Have tighten up his defense, That's all I see. You can't really change Jarrett Hurd at this point. He's too old. He too stuck in his ways, man. But let's go ahead and let's get to this Money Mayweather and Logan Paul shit, man. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. So Logan Paul and Money Mayweather, man. So we got Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They running out here trying to go with the narrative like, oh, he beat Mayweather. You got a whole bunch of these YouTube internet dudes coming on here talking about that he beat Floyd Mayweather. I've even had some of them come in the chat already and say, oh, he did beat Floyd Mayweather. Like, we got this dude right here. Probably a young kid, you know. I ain't going to call him out his name or nothing. Probably a young kid. He says, deal with it. Logan Paul is a superior athlete. Floyd is lucky Jake wasn't in there. Okay. So that's the narrative that a lot of dudes on YouTube is running with. That because Logan Paul was able to last 8 rounds, they're translating that into, oh, he beat Mayweather. He beat Mayweather. We told y'all he beat Mayweather. First of all, the whole show was a clown show to me, right? Mayweather told y'all that he was going in to rob the bank again. Do you know that Floyd Mayweather said that he made $30 million just off of the patches on his trunks? Bro, the man said he made 30 mil just off of the patches and the sponsorship on his trunks. Who else is doing shit like that? Right? 30 million just off of the patches on his trunks? That's crazy, right? But in all, let's go ahead and go into the fight. The first 2 rounds, you could tell that Floyd Mayweather went out there. He already had it in his mind. I'm going to carry this dude, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and get him up out of there whenever I'm ready to, right? So the first 2 rounds, Floyd Mayweather went in there, and he was missing hooks on purpose. He was moving around. He was letting Logan Paul get off on him. He was blocking all Logan Paul punches. Logan Paul couldn't hit him with nothing. He was just basically playing with him because you could tell that Floyd Mayweather already had it in his head. I'm going to give the fans a show for a few rounds. I'm going to make it look like that Logan Paul is a real threat, and then I'm going to go in there and knock him out, right? That's what he had in his mind. So you could tell early on that he was missing shots on purpose. He was basically doing what he had to do to carry the fight into, the later rounds. The 3rd round comes out. I think it was the 3rd or 4th round comes, right? And Floyd Mayweather, he like, okay, this dude really trying to fight. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna show dude, I'm gonna hit him with some shit, and I'm gonna show dude he can't fuck with me, right? And so he started putting it on Logan Paul. But one thing that I don't think that nobody expected is Logan Paul to use his weight advantage like he did, right? We all knew that Logan Paul was a lot bigger than Floyd Mayweather, right? I mean, you can see that he's a lot bigger than Floyd Mayweather. But what Logan Paul did is he was smart. Every time Floyd Mayweather would throw some shit or land some shit, Logan Paul would use his size advantage and wrap up Floyd and walk him back. Hold on to Floyd and walk him back. And that's what he did. When Logan Paul figured out, okay, I'm tired. I can't land nothing flush on this man, right? And he's just too much for me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just use my weight advantage. I'm going to grab him. I'm going to wrap him up and I'm going to grab him. I'm going to continue to wrap him up and push him back and grab him. And that's what he did. Floyd Mayweather was, he was using all his energy to get away from Logan Paul to try to get some separation. He was using his motherfucking forearm. If y'all notice, Floyd Mayweather was putting his forearm all up in Logan Paul's mouth and nose, and he was still tiring out Logan Paul, but he was using a smart tactic. The ref was letting him do it. The ref was letting Logan Paul hold on for dear life, and he was doing it. He kept holding it. And it's not like, see, the rules made the referee's job a little different because usually if you holding like Logan Paul was, if you holding and grabbing that much, the referee can break y'all and say, look, if you continue to hold, I'm going to take a point away from you. You continue to hold, I'm going to take a point. Okay, that's 1 point. Okay, that's 2 points. The next time you hold, You're done. I'm gonna disqualify you. But see, the rules of the fight made it different because it was no winner. So he couldn't break him up and then tell Logan Paul, I'm gonna take a point away from you if you continue to hold, because it wasn't no point. Nobody was scoring it. It wasn't no winner or no loser. The only way you can win is by knockout. You feel me? So it kind of made the fight different. It's some bullshit. That's why I didn't like it when they came out and they said that, oh, it's not going to be no winner. It's just the exhibition, so it's not going to be a winner. No, fuck all that. Say it's the exhibition, but it still got to be a winner, because that's the type of shit that you get when you come out and you tell everybody it's not going to be a winner. So it doesn't matter if I fucking grab you and hold you and wrestle you to the ground. I can't lose anyway. And Logan Paul realized that. He realized, okay, all I got to do is hold him and survive for, 6 more rounds, 5 more rounds. All I got to do is survive for 5 more rounds, and I'm good. He got everything that, you know what I'm saying, in the fans, in the general public's eyes, he got everything to lose. I'm going to win if they're going to look at me as I won already if I last 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And if you listen, right, because if you listen, when he went back to the corner, his corner told him to do that early. And I think after the 3rd round, his corner was like, all you got to do is just hold him now. Just hold on and just hold him now. They told him to do that because they saw that he had no chance of beating Floyd Mayweather if he had went out there and actually tried to fight and win the fight. He was going to get stopped, right? But he made it so that Floyd Mayweather, if you don't have no hands, if I wrap up your hands every time you throw, right? If I use my weight on you, you can't do nothing. And Floyd Mayweather looked like a little kid trying to get out of the arms of his fucking mama or daddy. You know, when you hold a little kid and they don't want to be held and they get to struggling and fighting and shit, that's how Floyd Mayweather was looking the whole night, because that's, I mean, dude had made it up. He wasn't trying to win that fight. So anybody that's coming out, but Floyd Mayweather still landed way more shots than Logan Paul did, threw way less and landed way more. Logan Paul wasn't trying to fucking win that fight. So anybody that's trying to run out here with the narrative that, oh, Logan Paul won. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He lasted. He lasted 8 rounds. That's all he did. He wasn't even trying to win the fight. Then you got his motherfucking clown ass brother, Jake Paul, jumping up and down. We beat Floyd. We beat Floyd. He just beat Floyd. They don't believe that they self. All they doing is they're doing that to get under Floyd Mayweather's skin, right? Jake Paul knows that if he continues to go around and tell everybody that we beat Floyd, it's going to get under Floyd Mayweather's skin. And if Jake Paul can get past Tyron Woodley, which I doubt it, but if he somehow get past Tyron Woodley, he know that he's going to get under Floyd's skin enough to where Floyd is going to say, fuck it, I'll come back for one last clown fight, exhibition match, or whatever you want to call it. I'll rob the bank again, and I'll go ahead and beat the shit out of his brother Jake. Right? I'll go ahead and beat the shit out of his brother Jake. Because see, a lot of people now, they think that Jake Paul can actually beat Floyd Mayweather. They seen that shit last night, because most people that was watching are not diehard boxing fans. They don't know shit about boxing. They don't know the difference between getting hit with a hook and fucking getting held with a grapple. They don't know shit about boxing. So they're running around talking about now Jake Paul, he'll knock out Floyd Mayweather. If that was Jake Paul in the ring, Floyd Mayweather better be glad it wasn't Jake Paul in the ring, because Jake Paul would have did this, and that. No, Jake Paul will get his fucking ass beat. Let Jake Paul or Logan Paul go out there and really try to fight Floyd Mayweather. Now, I'm not talking about hug for 8 rounds. I'm talking about go out there and really try to fight. They don't have no fucking chance. No chance. But like I said, Logan Paul was smart. You know what I'm saying? What he did was smart, because if your whole goal was to go out there and to just say I lasted 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather, well, there's no better way to do it than what he did. You feel me? is when he saw that, okay, I can't land no punches on dude. I can't box with him. You know, he's too much for me. I'm going to just go out there and hug him. I know I'm stronger than him because I fucking outweigh him by 60 pounds. You feel me? I got a 60-pound weight advantage. I know I'm stronger than him. So I'm going to just use my weight. I'm going to hug him. I'm going to push him back. And then I'm going to do it for fucking 5-6 straight rounds. That's what I'm going to do. But one thing I do got to give it to Logan Paul is that he's a little better than we thought he was. You know, he did have some offensive skills. He did have some skills. You feel me? He just wasn't. He looked a lot. I'm going to put it like this. He looked a lot better than Chad Ochocinco and Chad Ochocinco's opponent. So he looked a lot better than they did. You feel me? I think Logan Paul could have went out there and he could have whooped Chad Ochocinco and the dude that Chad was fighting. So he did have some skills. He didn't have nowhere near the amount of skills to be able to fuck with Floyd Mayweather. But I mean, anybody with common sense knew that already. But we have a lot of people that don't have a common sense. As you can see in the chat, a lot of people think that Logan Paul and Jake Paul can beat Floyd Mayweather. But you know, I mean, like I said, you can't really fault them for not knowing shit about boxing. And let me knockout boxing 86. Knockout say Jake gonna start hugging the moment he get caught with a good shot, just like his brother. Now Jake Paul is better than Logan Paul, so I don't know. I've never seen. See, I knew that. I had a feeling that Logan Paul was gonna try to hold. I didn't know if it was gonna be that effective, right? I knew that Logan Paul was gonna try to hold once he got hit, right? Because if you go to the KSI fight when he fought that other YouTube dude that he lost to, KSI. It was a lot of hugging and shit in that matchup. So Jake Paul, that's what he does. Not Jake. I mean Logan Paul. That's what he does. He hug a lot. Now, Jake Paul is a different fighter. Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? He don't have all the screws in his head. Some of his screws is loose. So he might go out there and really hype himself up to think that he could beat Floyd Mayweather. And he might go out there to try to fight Floyd Mayweather for real. Because I never seen Jake Paul hug. I've never seen him fight like that. I've never seen him hug. You feel me? When he go out and fight, he actually try to throw blows and he actually try to fight with you. You feel me? So he might make it in his head like, I can beat this dude. He's smaller than me, and he might go out there and really try to fight. And if he do that, he's going to get his ass beat. And especially if he beat Tyron Woodley, nobody's going to be able to tell him shit. He's really going to think that he could beat Floyd Mayweather if he beat Tyron Woodley. And he's going to go out there and he's really going to try to fight Floyd Mayweather. So I wouldn't say that Jake Paul is going to go out and try to implement the same game plan that his brother did because he really thinks that he can fight. And he's a lot better than his brother is. I'm going to give it to him on that. Jake Paul is a lot better than Logan Paul is. Coach say, Jake would get stopped because he would actually fight. Exactly. Yeah, see, Coach, me and Coach are saying the same shit, and I didn't even see his comment until right now. That's what I think. I think he'll go out there and actually try to fight, and he gonna get stopped. But yeah, man, these kids and these grown ass men, a lot of these dudes is grown ass men on YouTube that really think that Logan Paul won that fight, and they think that Jake Paul can beat Floyd Mayweather now. But Floyd Mayweather, you know, he gave it up to to Logan Paul. I keep mixing their names up. He gave it up to Logan Paul, and he said that Logan Paul was a lot better than he thought he was going to be. You know, he said he was a lot better than he thought he was going to be. But he was like, look, man, I'm 44, 43 years old now. I know that I don't have the same ability that I had once, but I still got enough ability to rob the bank. You feel me? 30 million. With the just off of the patches on my fucking boxing trunks. I don't fuck with Floyd like that outside of the ring. I don't fuck with Floyd outside the ring. But hey, I got to give any man props that know how to get money off of this sport like he does. Because this sport don't give a fuck about you. And he has broken the code. You know what I'm saying? He's broken the code and he learned how to get money out of this sport. And he learned, instead of the sport using him, he learned how to use the sport of boxing. And hey, man, I got to give it up to him for that. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on him. You feel me? Because Motherfuckers don't hate on Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos or none of these motherfuckers and tell them, oh, he has so much, they got too much money. They don't tell them they got too much money and when to stop making money. So you can't tell Floyd what too much money is and when to stop making money. As long as they let him fucking use the sport, hey, do whatever they let you do. It's up to us. It's up to y'all to stop paying for that shit. I didn't pay for that shit last night. I watched it for free. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna pay to see no shit like that. Ever. But I watched it. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me get your take on that, Batman.
Man, look, man. I wanted to see Floyd get knocked out personally. But
I know you got a personal vendetta against Floyd. So, I mean, I feel why. I would too.
All right. But the ass nigga Ryan and Canelo and all them stopped me.
You cutting out again, Batman.
Huh? I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
Canelo made me, man, Jive start wishing he would have stopped the boy, man. The only reason I say, the only reason I'm mad because Floyd could have stopped him. When the boy died, he could have sold out to the baddie to stop him, but he stayed on his back foot. Stop him if he'd have just had the attitude to move forward, to slide to the boy right.
Who you talking about, Floyd Mayweather or Logan Paul?
Floyd. I'm talking about.
Oh, you said okay, Floyd. Yeah,
he could have stopped him if he'd have got off his back foot. Stop when he was walking the boy down. Instead of going straight towards the boy, slide over, throw that hook to the body, and throw the right hand to the body, like probably because the boy got tired like the 5th round. You saw it in his face. He was tired. He wanted to give up for real, but you know, Floyd just gave him an out. I think Floyd.
I saw him tired after the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? By the 4th round, he was really getting tired.
Yeah, when he.
You cut out again, Batman.
I said he wanted to give up in the 5th round.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, they robbed the bank. I mean, good look for him. You know, I can't stop another man's hustle. Like you said, it's your choice to buy the shit. Whoever bought the shit, they robbed you. But I'm just mad that Floyd ain't to stop the boy, man.
How you think?
Huh?
But I mean, the dude was so much bigger than Floyd, and the tactic that the dude was using, because like I said, you usually have a ref, right? That's gonna intervene and is gonna stop a lot of that shit once you start holding too aggressively. You usually have a ref that's gonna look, okay, you holding enough now, I'm gonna start taking points. But he ain't have to worry about that.
But when Floyd was doing his bully tactics, when Floyd was doing an elbow to his chin, when he did get the little separation, he supposed to start digging to the body hard because the boy wanted to quit. He
did. I think that Logan Paul was holding Floyd Mayweather so much. I think it kind of got Floyd's mind offset. Like Floyd was just basically after he started holding him so much, Floyd, his whole reflexes and everything was to, okay, I know this motherfucker finna hold me. What I'm gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? I think his whole mind turned into just, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep him from holding him. So like I seen it. He should have started going to the body more every time he got separation. But I think that he was just, his instinct was like, okay, he finna hold me again. You know. But when you got somebody holding you that much, it kind of take you off of your game.
That too, talking about when Floyd was right there, like in front of him, when he was making him go back. When he was in front of him, instead of sliding in, touching the body. I'm like, man, he should have just slid in and started touching this boy body. He really want to quit. Start taking angles. Floyd just kept going. I'm like, man, I'm just mad that he let the boy survive. And now you got Canelo talking about he beat Floyd and all this shit.
Canelo said he beat Floyd.
I mean, somebody put that up. I saw.
What? I ain't see that. Now I seen Logan Paul and Jake Paul and all them talking about, oh, we beat Floyd and this, you know what I'm saying? All that bullshit, dog. But I didn't hear Canelo say no shit like that.
Nah, I saw the thumbnail. I saw that somebody put the thumbnail up. It probably was fake, but
you can't you know what you mean, you can't pay attention to them goddamn thumbnails.
I saw Ryan Garcia say he beat.
I think I seen Ryan Garcia basically said that, you know, he lasted 8 rounds. That's a win in itself, basically.
Yeah, that's a win. That ain't no fucking win. That's not no win. And then they went out fucking them baseball rules that nobody can't little kid that nobody can't lose. Everybody get a trophy type shit.
Right. That was some bullshit because, like I said, Batman, when they came with those rules, I think that changed the whole fight. It changed the whole fight with those rules because now I can just hold you. I know I can't get no points taken away. I know I can't lose. I'm gonna hold you. You know, I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold Mayweather the whole fight. I'm gonna throw him off his game plan, and I'm gonna use my size and just fucking hold on. That's it. It's easy when you fucking 200 pounds to hold a man that's 150 pounds and just to keep fucking grabbing him.
It's definitely easy. He ain't do nothing but mind having, but
yeah.
Man, I wanted
to it was some bullshit, but you know, the crowd was mad, the crowd was booing. Floyd Mayweather, he was even mad. He was like, man, the crowd came out to see a show. The crowd came out to see a show, and this man just want to fucking hold.
I had mixed feelings. I wanted to see Floyd get knocked out, but me as a black man and white against black wanted to see Jake Paul get stopped. I mean, Logan Paul get stopped, but you know what I'm saying? Man, that shit was bullshit.
I just wanted to see. I wanted to see Floyd Mayweather fuck him up, you know. But I wanted to see a show too. So I wanted to see them actually fight it. And we can't really put this on Floyd because Floyd, you know, after the third round, he came to actually fight. You know, he was trying to carry Logan Paul for the first couple rounds, and then after the third round, he came out. He was like, "Okay, I'm put on the show. These people came to see me, so I'm gonna put on the show." But he wasn't able to do it. Logan Paul didn't give a fuck. Logan Paul was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get paid."
But Logan Paul shouldn't even have been in there. Jake Paul.
Exactly. He should have never gave Logan Paul that opportunity.
Jake Paul is the one who been winning. Logan Paul is fucking
right.
0-1.
Why? And see that was my whole thing. Why did you give Logan Paul that opportunity in the first place? Why you let that man go get all that money off of you? Right.
Yeah, but Logan, I mean, Jake Paul was supposed to be the one you fought because Jake Paul the one that fucked what's my man name up? Robinson, man.
The UFC fighter.
Nah.
You said Jake Paul.
Jake Paul knocked out my man Bass.
Oh, you talking about Nate Robinson?
Yeah, Nate. Yeah, he knocked out Nate. That's why Floyd wanted to fight Logan. But you posed and went out to Jake.
Yeah, if you're gonna fight anybody, you gotta fight Jake Paul. But I don't know. Floyd Mayweather, you know, he made it real clear that he not like, and it's funny because motherfuckers keep making, you know, talking about like for years and years, they keep putting Floyd Mayweather against, you know, shit, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather gonna come back and fight Canelo and this. Like Floyd Mayweather been saying ever since he got out of the ring with Berto, he been saying absolutely, I'm not coming back to fighting boxing no more. But people want to continue with these stories. He continued to say that he's not coming back to box, period. And now he said that he probably won't come back and do another exhibition. But I know Floyd, I don't think Floyd want to go out like that. I think Floyd might want to do one more exhibition, and it's probably going to end up being Jake Paul, if Jake Paul can get past his next opponent, Tyron Woodley, which I think Tyron Woodley going to fuck him up. But we got to see it. We got to see it, man, because Jake Paul can box a little bit. He can box. He don't have no defense, but he can box.
He can fight.
You know, But yeah, man, World Combat Sports in the building. What's happening with it, Scotty? Scotty off in the building. And make sure that y'all go subscribe to World Combat Sports. Make sure that you go subscribe to my man Scotty. Man, putting in good work over there. Putting in good work. Y'all gotta go check out the Skid Mark Chronicles that Scotty White doing over there, man. He getting on that old fuckboy head. I ain't gonna say his name on my channel, but
oh yeah, you know, man, I'm gonna be in Memphis, man, on August the 5th, man.
Bro, you finna go to Memphis and you just go. You might as well go get you some food and have a good time because you ain't finna see him.
All right, if I don't see him, I don't see him.
As pussy as he is, he probably don't even live in Memphis no more.
But me as a man, I'm going to smack down there, and if he don't ask,
if you don't, I'm gonna tell you like this, Batman. If you don't have something else in your plans to do in Memphis, you wasting your motherfucking time.
Man, I'm gonna ride down and ride back, man.
You wasting your time. You wasting your time, but you could be doing something else. Cause I'll put anything you want that you're not gonna see him in no Memphis or nowhere else. You're not finna see, dude.
What you call it, man? I get to see the roadside there, man. The good
That's all you. Well, you might as well go down there and have in your plans to go to eat, get some good barbecue. Actually, it's crazy because my uncle, he down here from Memphis. Well, he left today. My uncle from Memphis. I went by and seeing him. He actually down here. My uncle live in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of family in Memphis. But yeah, so I'm telling you right now, you know, you might as well holler at my uncle and I say, you know, one of my mans coming out there, show him some love in Memphis because you ain't finna see that faggot. You not finna see that punk.
For go real. Down, man. I'm working out and everything, man. So
he tell you work out for your own good, not for him, because you ain't finna see that clown. I'm telling you, I'll put anything you want to put. You're not gonna see him. He's not. He's just as further as he gonna go is behind his computer and that internet screen.
I mean,
now, if you can do some magic and you can hop inside the computer, you know what I'm saying, then you might be able to find him. But other than that, you're not going to be able to find that dude.
Man, we gonna see, man. If he don't show, man, he's one of the bitches, man, on the fucking planet, man. They should move bitch and put his name right there, man.
Why would he show? The man built like a fucking orangutan. He ain't finna show up nowhere, dog. That dude ain't finna show up to nobody. He's not gonna come outside. That motherfucker probably he probably still have his mama buy his groceries because he don't want to get seen at the grocery store. He ain't coming outside.
Man, hopefully, man, you know, I'm just hoping.
Hey, my man, Black Star Sports TV say he probably live in Memphis, Idaho somewhere. For real. I said I live in Memphis. I didn't say I lived in Memphis, Tennessee, though.
Man, like I said, man, I'm hoping and praying, man. This is gonna be. I never hoped and prayed for nothing, man.
Hey, that's one prayer God ain't gonna answer because God can't get him out of his house, man. God can't get him from behind that computer screen. All that shit he talked, he won't even show up to a fight. But Bill Haney, Devin Haney, nigga, they could buy his flight ticket. They could buy his motherfucking fight ticket. They could buy him front row ringside seats, and he ain't gonna show up to no fight.
I know that because I was gonna go to Devin Haney fight if he was going.
He ain't going nowhere, dog. I'm telling you, he not leaving his fucking front porch. Whatever basement he stayed that his mama let him stay in her house, he not leaving that basement. He ain't. For real. But when you say August 4th?
August 5th. I'm gonna be out there.
August 5th. Okay, so on August 5th, find you some good food and find you some things to do in Memphis because whatever you doing ain't gonna be putting hands on him. Ain't gonna be in the motherfucking plans because you're not finna find him. He's not finna come outside, straight up. But anyway, man. Another good show. Make sure that y'all punch on the like button. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. We had a great show. Batman, what's your last word before we get up out of here?
We got a hell of a couple of months in boxing, back-to-back months, good boxing months. July the 24th, right? July the 24th and August the 21st, man. We got 2 good dates. When Tank fight?
Tank fight the 26th, June 26th.
Oh man, we got good. I mean, I know who's gonna win that fight because I see why they fought Mario Barrios, but hopefully, man, Mario Barrios give us a treat. So we got 3 good months of boxing. I would say Wisconsin, but Jamal, man, you know, he just been acting like a bitch lately, so motherfucker probably don't even watch Jamal fight, but you know, hopefully, man, we get what after Spence, we get some more, man. We get some more good fights everybody want to see, you know, and shit gonna be good for the year.
Yeah, man, we got Tyson Fury, Wilder, man. I can't wait to that shit. Spence, Pacquiao, man. We got so many good fights. We got Jermell Charlo undisputed. It's I mean, like you said, man, we got a hell of a summer of boxing coming up. And I can't wait. And until then, you know, y'all already know, hit the like button before you get up out here.
Clarissa Shields too.
I'm trying to get Clarissa Shields, man. I'm actually trying to get Clarissa Shields on here, man. This week I'm a hold on. I'm trying to get Clarissa Shields on here this week, man, because my cousin, you know, he with one of her best homegirls, so you know, I'm trying to make that happen. But hold on, man. Something wrong with my phone. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make that happen. So you know, Clarissa Shields, like, yeah, she got her MMA debut coming up. Is it on Friday? I think it's on Friday.
And hopefully,
the 7th.
Hopefully, what's your Teofimo Lopez
or 10th?
Handle business next week?
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, he fight coming up next weekend too. So man, we got a lot of shit coming up, man. We got a lot of shit coming up. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure once again you hit the like button. Yeah, man, Batman. Appreciate you coming on the panel, man. You know, you're always welcome.
Ain't no problem, man. You know, whenever you was talking that good talk today, so I had to jump on.
Right. But yeah, man, we back tomorrow, same time. Appreciate everybody. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.